Okay, YouTube, just wanted to cover just some recommendations for homestead security and personal protection type sidearms, firearms. And before we start, I just want to go over the 3 rules of safe firearm handling. First of all, we want to make sure that the slides are to the rear and we have examined the chamber, make sure everything's unloaded. Everything's unloaded. I don't have any live ammo available. These are empty. There is no live ammo in the area. It's very important if you're doing any cleaning, doing anything, assume that the firearm is loaded and that you have to clear it and you have to check it, okay? It's really negligent if you don't do that and you end up getting yourself hurt or someone else. I don't have any live ammunition in the area. So this is just a walkthrough of what I have come to settle on as far as my carry sidearms, and then I'll switch over to the Homestead home defense type of full-size firearms. So I'll go from what least used to most used, and the holsters that I prefer, that I've landed on, and it works out really well for me. The first carry arm that I probably only use 5% of the time, just depending. It's a Colt new agent. It's a .45 caliber, Series 90, and there's no composite. It's all steel. It's heavy, and they call it lightweight, but it's actually heavy in your hand. It's a very small barrel. I'm gonna show you. So, only a 4-inch barrel. So it's very nice for concealed. The sights are very difficult though, because it's a trench sight. But it is .45 caliber, so it has a tremendous amount of kick to it whenever you fire, and it's not for somebody who, has a weak grip or is not strong, because it does kick and then you have to reacquire the target. So for that reason, and it's heavy, and it has some sharp edges to it. I only carry this whenever. I rarely carry it. It's 5% of the time, but it's nice like in the winter whenever I have more clothes on, and it's okay. It's an okay one. It's not that accurate, only up close. And then this is a mag carrier, came with the firearm, and I settled on Nate Tactical for the inside the waistband holster. This is very comfortable. So remember I said that it has sharp edges. This really feels nice inside the Nate, and it locks in there. It's really nice. It covers the entire outline of the pistol, and it comes out easy. The only thing is you got to kind of twist it as you come out, because you got to have that retention for safety, but you just kind of twist it and it comes out nice. So you just have to remember that. All right. So that's the least used. This is used probably 30% of the time, I would say. This is a what you would call a pocket pistol. It's a SIG P238. It's a 380 ACP automatic Colt pistol, and it's really, really nice. It's good for a secondary firearm, or it basically removes any excuse not to carry because you may have thin clothes on. this will always be your go-to, like in the summer or, you know, whenever you don't want to get full size. As you can tell, I have 45, 380 ACP, and this is Heckler und Koch, Heckler and Koch 40 HK 45 compact, and it has a polymer frame, and it is nice. I mean, very high quality. And this is my, I guess, 75% carry. It's very comfortable. It slides right in and out of the holster. It's very accurate, extremely accurate. It has very good sights. And again, it's a 45. And people would say, well, why do you carry a 45? And the answer is because you can. Okay? So I'm not going to get into a debate about calibers. I like all of them depending on the application. Okay, so holsters, I went over the Nate Tactical. This is an inside the waistband. It's a Galco. It's comfortable and it does the job, and it's very light. So I've been using that mostly for this little guy. And here's the stock one that comes with the pistol, and I've never used that. All right, the HK, it's funny because everybody talks about different holsters. This holster was given to me by the gun dealer that I bought the pistol from, and it's a Blackhawk size 3 generic. I mean, it's very light. See how light that thing is? And it's padded. It's very comfortable. You can tell I've worn it pretty hard, but it is very comfortable. The gun is, you know, the trigger is protected really well. It's inside the waistband. It has a nice tail here, protects everything, and it's very comfortable. And it just right next to my skin, and everything is nice and light and comfortable. So, you know, this is probably the cheapest holster you could buy, but in my opinion, it's the most comfortable and it works really, really well. Okay? So those are the carries. I like to also have a knife, and my son gave me this knife. You know, it's okay, but it's good to have a knife. You know, for usage. Also, I usually try to carry a Leatherman multi-tool because it really comes in handy. I always find myself needing the tools, you know, in a good Leatherman. So that's all I have right now. I do need to get a flashlight to carry with me because it's just a good thing to have for security and just in the dark. So I'm going to go next to the full-size home defense. Okay, these are the full-size that I consider, you know, good candidates for a home defense situation. That would be if you're in the home and you need to defend yourself. These are all really good, in my opinion. Now, again, I didn't go over the 3 rules, like I said I would in the beginning. And those rules are: keep the firearm pointed in a safe direction. Always keep it pointed in a safe direction. So have muzzle awareness, know where that muzzle's pointing, and wherever you point it, consider that you could destroy that, whatever you're pointing at. So never ever point it at something that you're not willing to destroy. Okay? The next one is always keep your finger outside of the trigger or off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Okay? This is the happy place, outside of the trigger guard. All right? That's the happy place. Keep that always there. When you're ready to shoot, that's the only time you put your finger on the trigger. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3 is always keep the firearm unloaded until you're ready to shoot, okay? So just remember those 3 things, and that will eliminate most of the risk involved with firearms. It won't, your biggest safety tool is your brain and your common sense, and the fact that you should be well trained. I'm a NRA certified instructor. I've had rifle, pistol, shotgun, and black powder rifle, and mainly I got certified so that I could teach Boy Scouts. Okay, so just in my opinion, I think that these 3 firearms are really good for home defense. I spent 14 years in the Army, 3 enlisted and 14 commissioned officer. I was actually issued a 1911 Colt similar to this. This is a Springfield Armory range officer. It's mainly an entry-level target shooting gun. It is very, very accurate, but since I'm used to using this style and I know how to shoot it, I've spent a lot of time with it, I'm really comfortable with this as a home defense. It's a .45 caliber. It's very heavy. You know, it's all steel, and it's incredibly accurate because it's meant for target shooting. So that would be my third one to go to. I just have one of these outside the waistband. So like if I was walking around the homestead, you know, and I wanted to have a .45, say there were some coyotes in the area, or, you know, maybe a bear. We don't have much of that in North Carolina, but I would wear the pistol with that. This works really well. There's good retention and good release. All right, that's the 1911. I mean, every man should have a 1911, in my opinion. That is an icon, and it's just a very proven design. All right, so this is like this is a Springfield Armory XD full-size .45 caliber, and what they call this is the love child between a Glock and a 1911, because you have your backstrap safety, you have a trigger safety, but this is a striker fired, whereas this is hammer and this is hammer. I put this as number 2 because it's full size and it's got a lot of capacity as a .45. So you can hold a lot of. This is single stack, which means that you can hold less bullets than this. This is double stack as far as the magazine. So this is really good. It's accurate, and you know it feels really good in my hand. It's nice and beefy, and it's heavy enough that it doesn't have a lot of recoil, and it's a very good home defense pistol. And I've just got the holster that it came with, and that's adequate. That works real well. It's very smooth to wear on your body. There's nothing really to hang up on your clothes or anything. Okay? My first go-to for home defense is another design that I used while I was an officer in the Army. And, you know, that's the Beretta 92. And I think this is a 92 A2. It's got the Picatinny rail. You know, it's a more modern one, but it's the same design pretty much. Again, this is a double stack. It's a 9mm, and it's very, very accurate. Again, and it's beefy. It fits my hand perfectly. So what I'll do is I've got a little range right outside of the garage here, and I'm going to set up targets, and I'm going to fire 5 shots per target on each one of these 6 guns, and I'll just kind of show you the accuracy that I have. It's just, you know, something fun to do to show you, you know, in a relaxed mode how accurate these are. I'm not going to, you know, try to do a competition shoot or anything. I'm just going to do it for demonstration. And I'll wear the GoPro. Okay? We're going to try the Colt New Agent first. 5 shots. Top left target. Trench sight. It's very difficult, so it'll be interesting to see where we hit. All right, looks like I hit them all on the left-hand side of it. Okay, the seg is on the bottom left. Helps to put the safety off, guys. Okay. Now, the first choice in carry, that's the HK. HK's on the lower right-hand side, top 4 targets. Now single action. 45 caliber. And then the magazine release is very nice. Looks like I hit the target pretty well on that one. We'll do the 1911. Okay, we've got the 1911 model 1911A1 45 caliber Springfield Armory range officer. Make sure that the magazine's all the way in. Rack it back in battery, and this should be very accurate. Nice. Okay. That's the third choice, although it's probably the most accurate. Okay, now we have the Springfield Armory XD single action, full size, 45 caliber, lowermost left-hand target. Okay, magazine release. Okay, last but absolutely not least is the Beretta 9mm 92 A1, very comfortable. It's a double action firearm. We're going to go to the lower right hand, lowermost right hand side. This should be very accurate as well. It's not hitting. Interesting. Okay. We have the Colt. All those hit over here. The SIG was down here. That's that little pocket pistol. Okay. The HK-45C. Look at that group. Little errant shot there. We have the 1911. 2 over here, 3 here. We have the XD. XD was very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that Beretta, you know, here's one. I'm going to have to practice more with that, but that surprises me. So, I mean, if it was up to me, probably the 1911, well, that's a target pistol, so that's kind of unfair. And that XD is nice, so I might reconsider home defense. I'm really surprised. So, HK-45C, best of the bunch as grouping. And again, that Colt is very hard to hit. So, hope you enjoyed this, and everybody safe shooting. Signing off for now.